Hey horse lovers, welcome back to Free Spirit Equestrian. So in today's video, we are going to be showing you my first ride on Prince Naveen at the farm. So I got on him at the auction, but it was literally for like a minute. So I don't really know what his gaits feel like. Now I will say this is technically our second, third ride, because in that last video that you saw where I was doing the groundwork and showing you all the exercises, I did get on him at the end and I did go for a ride on him. So you're going to see that. But this is technically our official planned first ride. So I'm going to show you the first parts of the other clip and our first ride at home, and then I'll show you today's ride too.
Good boy. Wow. What a good boy. What a good one.
Standing good.
So right off the bat, I noticed that Prince Naveen was a little bit more sensitive. He was definitely aware that I was on him and trying to listen, but he was very responsive as well. He was just trying to figure out everything that was going on. So I'm just being very light in my aids and what I'm asking him to do and giving him a lot of praise. Naveen seems to be responsive with halting and turning, but I could tell that he's just a little bit nervous, but he's still responding wonderfully. He's stopping when I ask him to. He's very light, so that's excellent, because when they're really heavy on the forehand, meaning they throw their weight into their shoulder and they're just heavy in their front, it can be hard to bring him up. So it is nice that he has that upright carriage. So our goal is just to continue getting him relaxed and working him a little bit downward to develop more top line. But I feel pretty good on him so far. So now we're going to ask him to go into the trot and see how he responds to that. Like I said, when I first started riding Naveen, I noticed he was really soft and sensitive. So I'm asking him to go into the trot, but I don't want to use too much pressure because I don't know exactly how he'll respond. So I asked him to go into it, and then he started, like, he didn't really do anything. He just kind of pushed forward and tucked his hind underneath himself. So he didn't buck, but he kind of crow hopped, and he kind of wanted to push forward. So I didn't know if he was going to bolt. So that was really weird. But, you know, it could have been the saddle strings. It could have been flies. It could have been a horse fly. And I think the saddle is slightly too wide for him now that I see myself ride in it. But then when I asked him to trot again, he was fine. So who knows? Maybe it was just something weird and an odd coincidence. I'm not sure. But after that initial transition, he didn't ever do that again. So I have no idea why he responded that way. So Naveen definitely has the Friesian gaits, meaning he has a lot of animation. And even though it looks very floaty and smooth, it's actually really difficult to sit and post. And the fact that he's just still young and slightly unbalanced. However, now that we got him going, I absolutely love how light he is on his feet. He's really fun to ride. I just need to adjust to his trot. So that's just going to take me a few weeks because I feel like I'm all over the place. And I felt the same way on my Friesian Cross Jafar as well. Like, their trots are so different. It's just a completely different movement of your body and your muscles. And I also think I need to find a saddle that's going to fit him properly, and obviously myself too. So we're going to have to experiment for a little while. That's just how it goes. I mean, sometimes we get horses and we find a good fit for a saddle right away, or we have one. Other times we have to play around with them and then we'll buy one. So I am going to do his tracings and everything, and then we'll go from there. During this first ride, I noticed that Naveen was wanting to slow down and walk, but at the same time, he's sensitive. So I'm not using any leg on him. So if I felt him start to slow down just a little bit, I would cluck. So a lot of riding is about timing and feel. So timing when you need to, give them some guidance, and, feeling when they're going to need that. So essentially you can make it look invisible, but he is wanting to stop quite a bit, but he's also responding when I'm asking him to go forward. So he'll figure it out.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Good job, honey. Good boy. He feels cool. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but I do. He's very, you gotta be conscientious. Like I wasn't using any leg pressure when I asked him to move. Nothing, just vocal commands. Because he, to me, seems like a responsive horse, not sensitive, but a responsive horse. So I used 0 leg pressure, and he went with that. I think we were going in the trot here. He just was like, what are we doing? Plus, I think a fly was on him. But then once I got him going and he understood it's okay, he felt good. But if you were to just like get on him and kick like an idiot, he might like, you know, buck and kind of like take off. You don't have to do much. Just like on the lunge line, it's a fine line between, okay, stay forward and just feeling what he's doing and his body language and his energy. In some moments, I was like, okay, I can tell he's a little more forward at this moment, so I'm just gonna just very lightly draw my energy back and just, you know, be prepared if I need to bring him in a little bit. Or if he slowed down, I was just lightly using calf pressure and clucking forward, and he did great. He's good. He's still young and green, but I think he's going to be good. I just think, again, he just needs the right rider on him for a little while, and then I think he's going to come around like really fast in terms of that. But yeah, he's fun. I love how he's forward, but he's not too fast or anything. Does have a little bit of the Friesian trot. My other Friesian cross, Jafar, his trot was just crazy. It was really fun, but it was not easy to like look good or even post. It's hard to sit. So I think he did good. Okay, we're just gonna walk a little bit. So again, I'm just gonna open up the rein and see, I didn't even do anything and he understood that. Maybe he's not used to the noisy saddle. I kind of wonder that. Good job, Naveen, good job. I think he just needs to trust us and know, you know, what we're doing and stuff. Okay, so this was part 1 of our official ride. I actually wasn't even planning to do this, but it seemed like a good moment because Kyle was here and everything. So first ride, part 1. This is technically a first ride here, but we're gonna do a more formal official one in this video, so. Oh, what an angel! You did good, baby. Again, he's had one owner, so I just think he needs to figure us out and we'll figure him out too. But he's a good horse. He's still a little young and dumb, but like not in a bad way, you know, just needs to just learn a little bit. Okay. Good job, buddy. Yeah, good. I hope you like him, Kyle. He's not quite ready for Kyle. We don't want a bronc episode. But Kyle will ride him, I promise. We'll get there. I never do anything for just the YouTube. Like, oh, everybody wants to see Kyle ride him. Let's just put him on there. Number 1, that would be negligent for both him and Kyle that want to be safe right now. And number 2, I don't rush the process with my horses. I don't believe in that. I do things in my own time. And Kyle's going to enjoy him, guys, but I'm the one training him and working with him. He's a young horse. It's not good to just have somebody, like, no offense, Kyle's actually a really great rider and everything, but he doesn't have like the training experience because he's a car guy and it's not his hobby, you know what I'm saying? So it's really important to set this horse up for success. This is our long-term project for Kyle, you know, and for me and whatever he ends up liking, okay? So it's not going to just be like, wow, Kyle's riding off into the sunset next week. That is not our intention. He's a young horse. So just make sure you understand that. I do things for the horses, not for literally anyone else. Not for you, not for me, not for Kyle. For the horse. For the horse. Okay, I think you're good. You did awesome. Good boy. I think you'll love him once you get used to him. Plus, he'll be like more balanced and everything when you ride him. Yeah, so honestly, that went really well, minus his little weird, I don't even know what that was, like tucked down crow hop thing. Who knows? I think it could have been a horsefly. It could have been The saddle, we have a different saddle on today, so it's a similar brand but a different gullet, so we're just gonna have to play around with that. And then I'm probably gonna order him a custom saddle. The thing is, he's gonna bulk out a lot, so I just want to find something that fits for the next 6 months. If we can't, obviously I'll still get something new, but then after that, once he grows, bulks up, and develops more, then we'll get him like a custom saddle. Probably have to get one for Kyle and myself since we're different seat sizes. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and warm up with some groundwork. I've already shown you so much groundwork, so I'm not gonna show that today. And then you'll see our ride. Walk slow. Good boy. Good job, Naveen. He's so sleepy after our groundwork. Wake up! Wake up! All right, I'm gonna get on him now. You ready? Come on. Ooh, good. Stand whoa. Stand whoa. Stand whoa. Good boy. Good job, Naveen. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. He's a sleepy boy. Good boy. Walk trot, some circles. I think I need to put my stirrups down one, but whatever for now. Good boy. Yes, a good boy.
Naveen has definitely been settling in here well. I can tell how much more relaxed he is this ride versus our first ride, and it makes me really happy. I think he's going to be an incredible horse. If he's already this good at his age, he's going to be even better once he's a little bit older and he has more miles on him. And he was given a fantastic start. You can tell how light he is and responsive. That is amazing, and that is a huge aspect when it comes to training horses. If they already have a nice foundation, it's really fun to just build upon that. It was also so funny. He kept yawning so much because he was very relaxed, and we've been doing a lot of body work and different exercises to help him relax and to improve his body. It's very important for me to develop them and take everything slow and not rush into everything. For example, we have not cantered under saddle yet, and we won't canter today because he really just needs to improve in his overall strength and balance before we start asking for canter. Again, I'm looking at the long term. I'm not trying to get him ready to sell him or do all this stuff really fast. Like, we have years together, and I'm just wanting to take it step by step so that he develops properly and isn't rushed mentally or physically during the process. And that's what I love about what I do. I don't have any pressing timeline. These are all my own horses. I'm not training for other people with expectations and quick results. I'm also not flipping these horses, so there's no expectation of, oh, I need to get them, ready and ride them a lot so that they're doing X, Y, and Z. No, it's a really long-term goal in our mission is to develop them over time properly. Prince Naveen is so sweet and quiet. The mind that this horse has is incredible, and we are just so blessed that we have him here at Free Spirit Equestrian now, and it's going to be amazing once he does get out on the trails and to see him and Kyle together. We are really looking forward to that moment when the time is right. But for now, he's just going to be in foundational training, and I'm going to be the one riding him. And yeah, we're just going to take it from there. So let's go ahead and go into our trot. See his transition, no problem there. I still don't love this saddle on him. Again, I think it's slightly too wide, even though this one had a more narrow gullet. So we're just going to have to find a correct saddle for him because I'm just not liking how it looks. What's awesome about NAVEEN and his cross and the way he's built is he has so much potential to do whatever we seek out. I think he could do dressage, he could do jumping, he'll obviously go on trails and camp. I think he'd be a really cool 4-H horse in the future. I mean, there's just so many possibilities because of his movement and his build. He's slightly more athletic, but he has such a kind mind and wonderful nature. I could see him doing a variety of things. In other words, he's just a very versatile horse. And Kyle was saying, like, even once he's trained enough where he can ride him and enjoy him on the trails, he said he would love to see the kids show him one day. You know, we just have a lot of fun long-term goals. Like I said, for now, it's just training, getting him comfortable and balanced, but it's going to be amazing to see what this horse can continue to do in the future. I'm very excited. One thing I noticed is I don't think he's had a ton of arena work because I noticed he doesn't understand how to get in the corners and all of that. I think he's had a lot of trail experience, which is perfect. I mean, I think going out on the trail is huge. So if he's already familiar with that like he is, that's like a major bonus. But yeah, just getting him used to turning in the corners and balancing and bending is something we'll be working on. And he's figuring it out already. He's getting better and better. He had no problem going through the puddles, so that was great to see. He actually is very confident, all things considered. Another thing I noticed about NAVEEN is he is not spooky, which is huge. I love when horses aren't spooky. Like, I think that's my least favorite quality is when a horse can be looky and spooky, but he is not. He is literally not spooked once since being here, which is crazy. And I'm not saying he won't in the future when we start doing other things. You know, every horse is going to be caught off guard every once in a while, but he's so chill about that kind of stuff. So right now I'm just in my half seat. So basically in between posting and a 2-point just to get off his back and get him used to that. So it's just an exercise that we're doing. Right now I'm asking him to do a circle off the rail while I'm in my 2-point. So we're just doing some bending work and just getting used to riding off the rail.
like him?
I don't know. I like him. I don't know if I'm gonna like to ride him.
His trot is hard. It's not hard. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'll like him better English.
I'm just gonna ask, you haven't ridden, when are you gonna ride him English?
Whenever, probably soon, because I don't like this. Maybe he can go in the deep heat though.
Yeah.
He's pretty narrow right now.
Good job, Boo. Good boy. Good boy.
He already seems more relaxed.
Yeah, he does.
I know. He's a good baby. Oh, big one.
All right, horse lovers, he did really well. I'm super proud of him. He's actually an amazing horse. As I've been saying, it's going to be incredible to see what he's like in even a couple years. So I think our first rides were great. And now we're just going to build upon that. My plans are to get him stronger. So we'll probably be riding 2 to 3 days a week, doing groundwork the other days. I'll get him on the trails, I don't know, maybe this month or like in the fall at some point. But he definitely needs to like build muscle and strength. But I think also getting out and hacking will be good. So we're looking forward to that. And then of course, bitless. I just want to ride him in a bit for a little bit since that's how he was originally trained. And then just like Lumiere, we'll switch over to bitless and do both. So yeah, the long-term goals will be trail riding, camping, and when he's old enough, I would like to train him how to jump just for fun. I'm not big into shows. He'll probably go to a show someday for sure. But I mean, we're planning on, you know, the long term, just taking it day by day. Also, horse lovers, if you want to support Free Spirit Equestrian, you can order something off the Spirited Horse Boutique. We just launched our Knickering NAVEEN Sugar Scrub, and today I am wearing my Daisy Lace black riding top along with my Floral Luxe riding pants. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. So that's just a fun way you can support us if you want to. Well, Kyle, what do you think?
He's good. He moves pretty nice. His trot will probably be a little hard for me, but I'll have to see how I like it once I actually ride him.
Trot's interesting.
Nice. He's really nice. He's definitely feels more comfortable here now.
Yeah, he's settling in.
So
you big sweetheart.
it seems like he likes to follow us around when we're in here. Yeah, he's a nice horse.
All right, horse lovers, if you like Free Spirit Equestrian, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything Free Spirit Equestrian, any updates, because guess what? We have a huge one coming up, and we'll see you next time. Bye. So we put some sunscreen on his nose. Kyle did. Oh, he almost booped you. Booped ya. He's gonna boop ya. Ooh, he's like too close. Too close to the face. Yeah, it's hot. You did good, boo boo. We love ya. Don't boop the camera. Not right now. I think the good student deserves an apple. I wonder if you like them. Can we see? Here. You like apples? Ooh. Oh my gosh. Rejected. Should we try that again? Okay, this is like... Ooh, he doesn't like apples.
This might not be good apple.
Oh no. Okay, a German muffin, a half piece of one. Oh, that's approved. Okay. Got it. Noted.